And we're going to be sticking these notes on their doors. So we want to like cover the door with all of these messages of support to make sure that they stay strong on these two issues. So we'll pass those back with markers in just a second.
Landlord's office. What's up?
Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right. 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 Fight, fight, fight! Shut it down! What do we want? Now! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now!
If you have a poster for Andrea, Stewart Cousins!
No, housing.
A majority leader!
Okay, so outside. No. Okay, so.
We don't get it! And if we don't get it! And if we don't get it! What do we want it? And if we don't get it! 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 Come on, girl!
Shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down!
Come back.
Now! Shut it down!
Yeah, that's just a.
Everybody got a board? Neighbor, neighbor, can't you see?
Neighbor, neighbor, can't you see?
Housing justice what we need.
Housing justice what we need.
Neighbor, neighbor, can't you see?
Neighbor, neighbor, can't you see?
Housing justice what we need.
Housing justice what we need.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slumlords, you got to go.
Slumlords, you got to go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slumlords, you gotta go.
Slumlords, you gotta go.
Housing is a
Come on, you gotta learn it.
human right. That's why we fight the day and night. That's why we fight the day and night. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I am what democracy looks like. I am what
others just finally get out. And tell me what happened.
Yeah, so today we were, I think 32 of us were arrested because we're trying to get some housing legislation through that the governor is holding up. One is called good cause eviction, which means that you can't evict people unless you have a really good reason, and you have to prove that it's a good reason. And the other is the housing voucher, to increase our housing vouchers so that homeless people can get housing, and also people who can't pay their rent can get housing, because right now people have to go to become homeless before they can get a voucher that might help them pay the rent. And besides that, the landlords aren't even taking the vouchers because they want more rent. So even the people with vouchers can't get housing. So we have a terrible mess with our housing.
What happened to the direct action after they were arrested?
Yeah, so we had an action. We laid down in front of the governor's office, and our first plan was to move furniture from the war room in to evict the governor, because she's holding up this legislation and coming out against it and keeping it from getting passed and keeping it from coming to the floor so that the senators and assembly people can vote on it. So she's really been horrible on this legislation and doesn't seem to care at all about the homeless and the people who are almost homeless. And there were 32 of us involved, and we were a very interesting mixed group. I'm old, there were some young people, high school, there were all races, there were all walks of life. Some people were homeless themselves, some people work with people who are homeless, and people who are housing challenged, but all of us are seeing in our lives more and more people around us getting evicted. One of the young people said, well, I'm here because I'm seeing every day my friend is calling me telling me he's being evicted. So we lay down in front of the governor's office, and some people brought some furniture from the war room, but apparently someone knew about it, so they took the furniture ahead of time. And the rest of us carried boxes that said real estate agency. So we had these boxes that said real estate agency. In other words, we were evicting the real estate agency. And people drummed on the boxes and people chanted, and we just called out for housing. And we stayed there. I'm not sure how long it was, but it felt like maybe about half an hour. We were very successful. We met about 32 people.
What will happen next?
And then the state police came over to arrest us. And they really did things right. I can't complain about them. They got down to where we were lying down, because we did a die-in. We were lying down and read us all of the rules and explained why we're being arrested, because we're blocking the passageway, and that could be a hazard, it could be a traffic hazard. And so I explained to some of them, well, we have a housing emergency, and that's a huge emergency, that's why we're here. So just about all of the people, some of them were quite disabled, did get arrested. And then they walked us, they didn't handcuff me because they were worried about me falling on the stairs, which actually was a good possibility because I'm not that flexible on the stairs. So they walked us down the stairs and ticketed us. I think they're getting on the bus now, so we're going to get on.
Okay.
They ticketed us and basically gave us a charge of disorderly conduct, and we have to come back.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to come back April 12th in the early morning, and I'm hoping that our lawyers work it out so we don't. But we'll see what happens. But there were 32 of us, so we did well.
Okay.
All races, all walks of life, and different community agencies.
Okay, we're going back to New York.